Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be playing Battlefield 6 on the RTX 3060, 4060, 5060 and the GTX 1650. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this game released today, a few hours ago, and here I am thanks to EA for providing a code of the game. And I played the beta with you guys on stream, and I was very surprised with the performance, honestly. And the fact that it doesn't have actual ray tracing like other games nowadays, looking at you, UE5, since this is more of a competitive game. So how's it going, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's good news and bad news, obviously. Well, what I would say is the good news is the performance, and the bad news is how invasive is the anti-cheat. The anti-cheat requires you to have TPM 2.0 enabled, secure boot, HVCI capable and VVS capable. So that's required. That means no Linux, no Steam Deck, even if you have Windows on your Steam Deck. So yeah, for devices like that, it's going to be that way. Anyway, let's check the requirements super quick before we jump into the game. So for 1080p 30, they recommend a 2060. That's a pretty tall order in comparison to what I was playing on the beta, but hey, it's better to have exaggerated settings, I guess. This is for native resolution, so good on that. i5 8400, Ryzen 5 2600, 16 GB of RAM on dual channel. They also recommend 32 for higher settings. Storage, you can play on a hard drive, apparently, so that's interesting. And, well, VRAM, at least 6 gigs. So the 1650 will suffer, that's for sure. And 8 gigabytes for 1440p high or 1080p low for 80 plus FPS. So we have a good system requirements image here. So 3060 Ti for 1080p, 80 plus FPS on low, or 1440p 60 on high on native. So we should be good on 1080p Ultra on this card. What's up? You played it 5 hours and it's fun AF. 50 to 60 and less is less fun, but that's fine. Yeah, man, as long as it's consistent. When it comes to CPU, they're asking a bit more, but yeah, this seems completely fine. Ultra plus plus, 5080, multi-frame gen, yeah, no, let's ignore that. So yeah, the requirements are pretty light so far, all things considered. And yep, let's get right in on the 3060. The OG 2060 was 50-ish on the beta. Yeah, definitely. TPM 2.0 off. Not happening. Unfortunately, you need it whether you like it or not. It sucks, honestly, because I wanted to check it out on Steam Deck to see how it went. But hey, I guess I'll have to wait for the future at some point. You just gotta grind till new PC arrives? Hell yeah. That's all it matters. Yeah, also, I saw some updates to the options menu in comparison to the beta, so I'm happy to see that as well. I think there's a couple new settings. Battlefield 6. Okay, I'm queuing at 3,000 people ahead of me. There is 700,000 people playing right now, but that's okay. It was BS. I'm in the menu now. So when it comes to settings, you got quite a few presets actually. You got low, medium, high, ultra, overkill. Overkill. It's been a while since I saw a different thing that is not like, can it run Crysis? So overkill textures, overkill meshes, PCSS shadows. Then you have also ambient occlusion and global illumination. Seems to be a very liked ray tracing solution. So yeah, pretty simple. Looks great even on Series S. What's your excuse, Borderlands 4? Well, actually, DICE coded their own engine, literally. Let's try... I'll try Ultra first. Maybe high, actually. Let's do high first. Let's see the performance on native, on high. I need to reload the game I was playing, so make sure to do that. Another good feature that I like, camera shake. you can reduce it. Same with the camera bobbing on sprinting. Motion blur, obviously. A little bit of web motion blur, personal preference, no chromatic aberration, 1080p, everything that you would expect. So good stuff. Let's get into the game. Let's do, yeah, multiplayer. Conquest. Oh, there's also servers. My bad. How much does EA Play cost for this game per month? I'm not entirely sure. Hardcore Conquest, 64 players. Sure, Manhattan Bridge. Oops. Oh, this is hardcore Conquest. Okay. That's okay. I'll kick everybody's ass. Right. You're surprised there hasn't been any server issues? Well, good. Good thing we have betas. I didn't put DLAA actually. Where's my... I haven't found the setting. It's probably in advanced. Ugh, I hate when they move everything around. DLAA, no upscaling. Yes, we need future frame rendering. Oh, there's an overlay. Cool. I used this one in Battlefield 4 actually. Okay, DLAA. And you can change the resolution scale. Ooh, it looks nice. And hold on, I don't have audio for some reason. Classic. I think... Yeah, I think that's it. My PC doing whatever it wants. There we go. And thank you, Hiro, so much for the 45 months. Holy hell, that's insane. Thank you so much, sir. And already out here, 1080p, high settings, no tweaks, DLAA. It's completely fine. Look at this. That's so nice. I love when games actually run properly. Sí, Hiro, te fuiste a la Damier. Jesus Christ. Yeah. What a Giga Chad. $3060 is 8 gigabytes. No, in this case it's a 12 gigabyte card. The 8 gigabyte one is a bit slower and also has less memory. So I would expect a few less frames, maybe 10% slower. That's my guess. Okay, shotgun. I don't even remember what I chose. How's your Unity project going? It's been pretty intense. I'm doing now some maintainability for somebody else's project because they're jumping into a new SDK. So it's been pretty intense, but I'm having fun with it. I'm becoming a professional. The FOV is low? Yeah, I agree. Maybe a bit wider. Hopefully I don't die in the process. FOV 90 degrees. Let's put it at 100? Yeah, 100 should be okay. Yeah, the thing is that the view model FOV stays the same. That's kind of disappointing, that the gun doesn't get smaller as the FOV gets wider. That's something some games do. This one... Oh, this is just... Okay. Just a small ladder. Ooh, nice explosion. Yeah, the thing is there is a tank, and I didn't bring any RPGs. Let's just leave it at that. I forgot them at home. Quake FOV? No, Quake FOV is like 200. Something. More than the human A. Can it be FOV? Okay, I have nothing against that tank. But hey, on 1080p, this is great. Okay, the tank is still there. Oh well. This game won't even run on deck, right? No, it doesn't even launch due to the... Well, it requires secure boot. The Steam Deck doesn't have that. Linux also, well, it's not supported. So just on a hardware level, the Steam Deck is not supported due to the security thing. It's the anti-cheat. I think they went overkill with it, but what can you say? Their game, their rules, unfortunately. I wish there was a way to play it, I don't know, maybe community servers. I don't think I'm asking for much. Community servers, but not requiring that stuff. Because there's always a lot of cheaters anyway, right? But the game looks great, and this is high settings. Get over here! Let's destroy that wall. Friendly kill warning. Oops! Oh yeah, I'm playing hardcore. I should change. And that wall didn't break. That's BS. What happened to destruction? What a title. It's a shame. Why? Oh yeah, I love that thing about dragging your comrades while you're saving them. Yeah, that's a great feature. I wish we had that on Battlefield 1. It would have been perfect. Oops, that's a friendly. Sorry. Yeah, I'll probably, once I change the settings, going to go into a normal game mode. Not hardcore. It's a little bit much. Can I climb quickly enough? Oh, come on! Damn it. Well, sorry, comrade. OPC games should run good. That's the thing, that's not the norm, unfortunately. But you know what they say. Like Randy Pitchford said on Borderlands 4, don't like the performance, code your own engine. And DICE did. I'm just a little bit afraid about the EA acquisition, considering, well, that this game is shaping up to be very damn good. Hopefully they don't ruin it with the future purchases. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a grenade. Yeah, I mean, Unreal Engine 5 makes most games now seem like they're running well. Anything that is not UE5. Yeah, we tend to be very permissive now with performance. It's like, oh, it's not broken on release. Like, that's a good thing. It should be expected behavior. Okay. GG. Is this multiplayer better than Delta Force? I haven't played much Delta Force actually, so I have no idea. It's probably similar, right? Maybe, I think Delta Force is a bit faster when it comes to gunplay and movement. Here they changed a lot of things from the beta to make it less fast like Call of Duty when you're sliding and jumping like a maniac. I think that's what they were aiming for. Oh, that revive, yeah, not gonna happen. But the game is looking good. A little bit over sharpened, but I think that's a setting I can tweak. Yeah, and some pop in, even on high settings. Yeah, I'm saying it. I think I can push it a bit further. You can get one kill before you know it, you're dead by another person. Yeah, classic. Oh, sorry. Dang it! I shouldn't be playing hardcore. What am I doing? I'm ruining everybody's day. Of course. Alright. Banned. Yeah, right away, TTK. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! Let's put this on overkill. Let's get it absolutely destroyed. Am I an overkill? Yes, I am. Probably going to restart the mission or something. This is not a mission, it's a server, but that... You know what I mean. Okay, overkill settings. Yeah, we're dropping into the 50s now. Overkill is way too much, obviously. I'm pretty sure if I just lower the GI to GTAO, Ground Truth Ambient Occlusion, it still looks great without the global illumination, which seems to be a few extra bounces. Those reflections also, those are cube maps mixed with screen space. See, you don't need ray tracing always on everything. I know that wasn't a friendly. Oops. Reduce 2 atoms. Me. Yeah, it's still playable. Without a doubt. Am I getting revived? No, definitely not. Yeah, I think by just lowering those settings... Which one was it? This one. Screen Space AO and GI to GTAO. Yeah, it's probably a good improvement. Plus no GI. 1650 done. Not yet. That's coming later. That's coming at the end, actually. I moved the position. The order, better said. Yeah, although overkill, it's a little bit too much. My VRAM is climbing about 10 gigs. Yeah, this gun is not for long range. That's for sure. But the game feels pretty damn good. Yeah. And I'm getting dragged. That's all awesome. I'm never getting bored of that.
How you want?
Yeah, definitely overkill is overkill. At least for this card, but... Yeah, the VRAM usage, considering it's the highest setting, still pretty good. Back when it was UE4, right? Yeah. Yeah. We had it so good with UE4, because now we see UE5 and, well... let's not talk about it. The games speak by themselves. Yeah. Anyway, I probably would say... Let's try Ultra before I say anything else. Maybe Ultra is a good in-between. I never thought I would say that. Ultra being an in-between, a good in-between. 10GB VRAM. Good luck, RTX 5060 users. If you're playing on overkill, if you lower the settings, you should be fine. But yeah, definitely on the highest settings is using 10GB of VRAM. Easy. On 1080p, I'm not even doing 1440p right now. Yeah, actually, overkill, ignore it. Ultra is fine. I usually say don't play on Ultra, but here it's running pretty similar to high so far. Boom. Finally, a kill. See, I'm playing on Ultra and I got a kill. That's the sign. Oh yeah, finally. Really? That's not a kill? There you go. Yeah, also when using the scope it drops a bit, but it's not a picture-in-picture effect, so performance is doing better. They should have added the shooting through walls mechanics from Battlefield 5. What do you mean? There's a... what's the name of this? There's a feature like that in Battlefield 5. Come on, pop your head out. Oh, that's a friendly. Sorry. My muscle memory from Battlefield 4 is making me miss crouching. I press X instead of C for crouching and, well, there you go. 7 out of 10 graphically, I'd say an 8. I mean, obviously not the best looking game in the world, but for 2025 standards, I think it's good. Anyway, let's do DLSS, because we haven't used upscaling yet. We're using DLAA, so GG on that. Upscaling technique, DLSS quality. Let's try balance. Let's see how far we can push the performance. So DLSS balanced. I know 1080p DLSS balance. I get it. And we're doing high. And then we do low just for the memes. Okay, into the 90s. Ooh, so much smoother. You bend Battlefield 5, your bullets go through walls. They should have added that. It doesn't. This game doesn't have that. Are you sure? I remember that if your weapon, the caliber of your bullet was big enough, you go through certain materials. I remember that existing since the Call of Duty 4 days. I mean, I remember the tutorial saying wood can go through sheet metal, plaster, or wood, or something like that. If it was metal, like thick metal, or certain types of concrete, it wouldn't go through. ¿Qué dice Yuka? ¿Todo bien? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be bullet penetration there. Okay. Somebody knows where I am. Yeah. Bueno, Eli, ahora lo sabes. Pero igual, háblame en inglés, lo prefiero. Facilita la comunicación. Alright, so you can get pretty decent upgrade in frame rate there. With some upscaling. Let's do the lowest settings, just for people that like that. There's no very low. So low. With the DLSS balanced. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's good. Ooh, silky smooth. Guys, if you ever played at 120, if you swap to 60 right away, you're going to feel like you're playing at 30 FPS, when in reality you're playing at 60, so be careful when you choose a monitor. But this feels great. 1440p, yeah, I'm going. They should improve the settings menu navigation. I agree completely. That's the biggest problem for me right now. Some stuff is bundled in advanced, other ones in advanced graphics. They put the same name for things that should be different. It's a little bit cumbersome. So, yeah. I agree with that. Let me choose... I need a long gun. This is ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, here in the middle, closer to the 120 range. I'm pretty sure there was somebody over there. Wrong button again. C to crouch. I'm pressing X, like in Battlefield 4. You tried 4060 already? That's coming right after this one. I'm going to hurry it a little bit already. Oh, that's not friendly. Took you 2 minutes to find the resolution. Yeah, I mean, options, graphics, and here you get like presets that you can edit in here. But then you have advanced that has the upscalers, and then if you scroll down on display, you got the resolution. Pretty convoluted if you ask me. Okay, 1440 as promised, and we are going directly to high on this one. And let's disable DLSS. Let's see native. So native 1440p, high preset, and that's basically it. So 1440p, high plus DLAA. Also, at the end, I might be trying the campaign. I'm super interested in that. Okay, 1440p, I would say it's a good idea to have upscaling. But without upscaling, we're getting 50s on high. It looks so much sharper at 1440p, man. I'm so happy 1440p is getting more common. It's such an improvement over 1080p visually, and it's just 33% more pixels. It's crazy. Are there bots in this game? I don't think so. I think you can play against bots on a custom match, and you have a campaign, which some people are saying is not so good. It's like 5 hours long. But hey, I'll take that over no campaign. So yeah, we're going to give it a shot later. Okay, 2 for 1.
Let's move.
Yeah, going to happen eventually. But we have to use DLSS, so it's not really 1440p. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, considering we're getting 40 to 60 at 1440p without upscaling, is already a pretty good sign when it comes to a new game in 2025. Usually, to get this performance, we're already using upscaling. that's the thing. My takeaway from that is that it's still better than most games this year when it comes to performance. Usually we go for balanced 1440p. On this card, it's at 3060 at the end of the day. It has no business running native on most games nowadays, I mean. Let's try quality DLSS, which again is higher than what we usually use at 1440p. At 1440p, usually we're on balanced DLSS instead of quality. But again, we're talking about a new game on a 3060. This is not a 4060, 5060, which is not going to be very far from this. But still. Yeah, with quality upscale, not even balanced. So yeah, and I think my dog wants to go outside, but I won't let him yet. Yeah, that growl in the background is my dog. Oh, by the way, guys, bad news. My cat that came home 11 months ago passed away a few hours ago. It was pretty traumatizing. I found it in the backyard, frozen. I don't know what happened. I think he either ate a rat that was poisoned or he got poisoned by a neighbor or something. Pretty effed up. So yeah, I'm trying to have more fun today to mask that a little bit. So yeah, it sucks. Such a young cat. Somebody played dirty. That's why I'm playing better, I guess. Yeah, it freaking sucked. Hopefully, guys, you don't have to see that ever.
Explosive ready.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I mean, I was going to cancel the stream, but then it was like, no, I need to go play some games and talk to you guys. You guys are the best. But it's probably going to take some time to heal. Usually cats in my house, yeah, last like 18 years. So this was a horrible surprise. You felt the same when your fish died? Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, pets dying is some of the worst stuff. Especially when it's out of the blue. Thanks, Christmas lights. Okay, I'm going to get the dog out for a second. Because, yeah, I think he's crying now. Yeah. But anyway, 1440p is doing great if you use quality upscaling, which again is more than usual in a new game like this. Let's try super quick. Again, high settings, You should be good. Let's try low with performance upscaling. Let's see if we can get 100, because I know many of you guys like doing 100 FPS on 1440p displays. It's not a great pixel count. Actually, let's do medium. But some of you always say I want the maximum performance, so here you go. Okay, on medium we're below 100, so maybe low is necessary. Okay, yeah, that does it. One sec.
We now control Bravo.
Okay, he's free now outside. He can do it. Okay, this is 1440p low with performance DLSS. Why? Because some of you guys have 1440p displays that are high refresh rates. So if you have VRR, I see no reason not to enjoy it like this. Although on low it looks much worse. It doesn't look bad, it just looks worse.
Let's go.
Doggo is only now? Yeah, definitely. Although the dog, when the cat arrived 11 months ago, was super pissed. He was like, you betrayed me. It was his kingdom. But then, like, a few weeks later, they were sleeping together and everything. They were super close. Hopefully the dog didn't see him. Ooh, yeah, look at this. Is this the upscaling? Maybe. If that's the case, they need to fix this. Let me see if on medium this is fixed. Ooh, no. They need to fix that. Holy hell, that looks horrible. See, upscaling doesn't always do its job. Let's try... Okay, this is the ambient occlusion in general. It's pretty unstable, but the upscaling makes it even worse. Interesting. There we go, DLAA, now TAA. Okay, it's the DLSS actually. Even with DLAA I had that issue. With TAA that doesn't happen. Interesting. Yeah, that's how grass looks like. I mean, I went outside 5 years ago and it looked like that. Yeah, on FSR and XeSS it doesn't happen. No, never mind, it does happen. Interesting. Yeah, it looks terrible like that. Yeah, look at this. Jesus. Yeah, the devs can probably fix this, but right now, dude. Let me see, on high. Okay, on high it's fixed. Maybe it's something on medium settings. Yeah, it's on medium settings. It's probably the ambient occlusion being on low. Ambient occlusion, it's on low, GTAO low. If I put it on high, it fixes itself. So GTAO, ground truth ambient occlusion on low, wrecks foliage with upscaling. If you put it on high, it's completely fine. So keep that in mind. Interesting. Overkill, medium, low. Yep. So if we're playing on low or something, GTAO on high, and you should be good to go. So it doesn't matter if you're using upscaling. So yeah, it's just the thing of how they make GTAO look on low. Oops. Ooh, the music. Finally, they're using the Battlefield theme. Well, we won, and I was not playing, basically. Interesting. So, guys, if you ever put GTAO on low, put it on high. M4A1. I unlocked the most basic gun. Awesome. Oh, we have a scoreboard on 31. Okay, go. Let's get out to the menu. Thanks, Wally. I appreciate that. I'm just looking at the grass teammates. I'm sorry. Well, I got 2 team kills. So they probably didn't mind that I was distracted. So, anyway, if you want 1440p at a high, like 90s to 100, you need performance DLSS on medium to low settings. And if you're going for medium settings, make sure to push the GTAO to high instead of low. Otherwise you get flickery grass. This menu is horrible, by the way. Just go here and put it on GTAO high. Anyway, then 1080p, you can do it native. 1440p, if you go native on high, it's into the 40s sometimes. But for 1080p, it's completely fine. 1440p with some upscaling, you can get away with it. And at 4K, actually, I'm not expecting great performance, honestly. But it's a 3060 at the end of the day. Let's do medium. Yeah, we're already on medium, actually. Let's put low then. Low with GTAO high. You can also turn off ambient occlusion entirely, which I wouldn't recommend. But still. So, performance DLSS. 4K. Let's try that again. And I don't want to quit the game. There's also campaign, which I'm going to try later. Let me check the firing range with 4K. Okay. So at 4K the firing range is correct. I love that Call of Duty made that more of a common thing. Having a firing range like this that you can access right away. Alright, let's go back to the menu. Multiplayer. And I'm just going... What's the difference? Large battles. Okay. This looks fine. And I'd rather be assault on this one. Halo or Battlefield theme song? That's a difficult one. The thing is, I got to know Battlefield first, so Battlefield arrives first when it comes to music for me. I'm 4A1. Hell yeah. Oh, there's no... Okay. I'll have to use it more then. Just like in the past. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm happy because I can unlock things for my gun by playing the game. Imagine that. Yeah, they're both iconic. But you know what to say. Only the strongest will survive. Who wants some roasted potatoes with mint sauce? That's a weird request. I'll allow it. Search function in the settings will go a long way. I agree. That's true. Okay, we're at 4K now. On a 3060 with DLSS performance. Internally 1080p obviously looks a lot better than native 1080p. Because we're upscaling using DLSS there. But just a clarification. Okay. Wow, this gives me Battlefield 3 vibes, this part. Yeah, this bluish tint. It's not as blue as Battlefield 3, obviously. That was, let's say, a little bit too much. I wonder if it's the same map in that regard. Yeah, the Scene Crossing, I think it's called? No. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the map. Sorry to ask, how much VRAM 1650 is 4 gigs. I'll tell you it's one of the main limitations, the frame buffer. Oh yeah, I'm no longer playing hardcore, there is no friendly fire. Yeah, and there's no bullet penetration. Yeah, you guys were right. That freaking sucks. Come on, they don't check after behind the boxes. They don't check. Ah, come on. It was 3 shots in the face. People are already remaking cut maps in Portal. That's so cool, man. Also, I think the user creation content is made using this open source engine, Godot. You have a Godot editor for doing Battlefield 6 content. That's huge. Out of ammo. Without, yeah. Goated engine. Thanks Unity for the bad business practices. Shotgun to the face. So yeah, 4K, completely fine. If you don't mind heavy upscaling and low settings. Personally, I'd stick to 1080p in this case, or 1440p with some upscaling. That's already good enough. Yeah, this map is definitely familiar. Operation Firestorm, yeah, of course. This is the Battlefield 3 map. Okay, okay. Now it makes a lot more sense. Battlefield 4 has it as well, yeah. Yeah, thanks guys. Operation Firestorm. Yeah, I remember one of the most interesting... let me quit the game now so I swap GPUs. The most interesting game I had on Battlefield 3 was in this map. I remember everybody getting up into a chopper. We all got dropped at the other side of the map and started blasting everyone. It was so much fun. It sounds normal now, but back then it was rare to have something like that. We're talking about like what, 2012, 2013? Okay. What about overkill graphics 1080p? Yeah, you could do that. The thing is, you're going to get drops below 60 due to the extra mesh quality, especially, and the VRAM usage at 1080p with overkill textures is pretty big. So I'd say if you want 144 on 1080p, you probably need to play with upscaling on low or medium. If you want solid 144. But again, overkill settings on 1080p, with upscaling you should be fine. But I think the overkill settings is a little bit too much. It's a bit overkill. But hey, I don't really see much of an improvement outside of the better global illumination, which might limit visibility. So 4060, I'm pretty sure this one is going to master 1080p. Especially when it comes to overkill settings. Plus the LAA. Good. It's a charging adapter. Yeah. It's a charging brick. It's 100 watts. I use it to charge the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally. It works really, really well. Sorry, I got disconnected for a second. As I was saying, it has an animation when you're charging, when you are on standby, when it's fully charged. It's pretty cool. I see Clean Floor 3 in your desktop. Didn't that game have bad performance? It does. It improved with a few patches, but I'm waiting for the end of the month. 31st of October, I think it is. Yeah, 31st of October, I think they're releasing a new patch that allows you to use any character with any of the classes, plus some performance improvements. We'll see about that, but I'll be there to check it out. But yeah, performance is pretty poor on that game. Iron Man just chilling in there. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, you need 12 gigabytes for overkill. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a good point. In this case, we'll need to lower textures. I keep forgetting about that fact. Okay, I think it's compiling shaders. Good. What GPU do you think? 144 overkill graphics 1080p? Probably, I'd say, if we're talking about no upscaling, probably a 4070. That's my guess. Killing Floor fans hated it for some reason, not a big zombie guy. I'm one of those people. I like it, but it doesn't feel like Killing Floor. It feels like somebody made a Killing Floor game by looking at footage from other Killing Floor games, but not knowing what the core audience wants. It's kind of weird. It feels more like a copy, a cheap copy of Killing Floor. It's hard to explain. How is October already? 2025 just started. No, it's 2021. What do you mean? Okay, graphics. Let's go overkill. Let's just make it hate us. Actually, let me lower the texture quality. Yeah, texture quality. Let's put it on high. Let's be kind to the 4060 for a moment. It won't last very long. Wrong keyboard. Reload requires some changes will be applied the next time you join a match. Okay, that's not a problem. Yeah, texture quality, that's the main issue. We're at 4K, so let's go back to 1080. Then, what else am I missing? Okay, overkill settings with high textures. Oh, DLSS, no thanks. Let's put this at DLAA. Future frame rendering, yes. Increase visual smoothness at the cost of input lag. Yeah, it's a little bit of input lag. Otherwise, the CPU usage gets super high. Like in starting from Battlefield 1, we had that option. It's always been very, very helpful, so I highly recommend you use it. Okay, am I missing something? No, I got everything. Let's go multiplayer. Small scale. No, I'm looking for big scale. Yep. VRAM needs to be used for better looking stuff. Yeah. But still. 1080p, overkill, high textures, plus DLAA. Let's see what happens. But in this case, I'm pretty sure, without taking into consideration textures, it's going to be faster than the 3060, obviously. Not by a big margin, but my guess is that we're probably going to get 60s with this preset. Okay, borderline 60s. Excuse me. Oh, I thought I was faster. Do you know cases where frame generation like FSR3 doesn't increase performance? If you're limited on VRAM, it's going to decrease performance. And I got killed again. By a medic with a revive kit. So embarrassing. Yeah, this map is very small though. On VRAM we seem to be fine. Ah, but this is cool. This is chaos. Friendly. Man, this thing, I thought it was an enemy. RTX 560, 8 GB, 50-60, 8 GB me recomendás. Y depende, ¿hay algo cercano a ese precio con 16 o más de 8? Igual las 50-60 la vamos a usar ahora. And how is FPS compared to beta? It seems to be running better than the beta and looking better than the beta. So that's how it should be. GG. Yeah, I noticed that the models of the guns especially is the first thing that I noticed. Yeah, this is chaos. But on overkill, yeah, a bit too much. With high textures we're fine, but if you don't want to use upscaling, I think there's no reason to play on overkill. Yeah, especially when it comes to shadow quality. You can just lower that one setting. We're also using screen global illumination. Did I get kicked out? No, never mind. Overkill plus high textures and shadows. Let's see. Yeah, that definitely did help lowering the shadows. So you can actually play on the overkill setting and lower the shadows from the sun and the artificial shadows to high, and you're good to go. Actually, the sun shadows are on ultra, and that does it. If you want to play at 70, 60, 70 without upscaling. This is going to crumble, right? Okay, pure chaos, love it. I'm going to get shot out of the ladder, but still there. Of course. ¿Qué dice Gonzalo? Sí, estoy jugando Breath of the Wild en la Switch 2 ahora. Me está re gustando. Al principio yo no me interesaba mucho. Yeah, it looks like a remake of Battlefield 3. Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing. More of that, please. With that upscaling, we're good. Just keep those textures under control and you'll be fine. Let's try 1440p. Actually, before that, let me very quickly force a lower resolution to see that frame rate. Because some of you guys, myself included, would... Oh, and that music. But that's when the round ends. Okay, this is 80p high, DLSS balance. Let's see if we can get over 100. What if you turn on frame gen? You basically get double the performance, double the FPS, but you get input lag. In a competitive game like this, I don't get the point of frame gen, honestly. I mean, who wants input lag? You're probably getting, of course, you might get like 200, but the real frame rate is 100, but you're adding input lag. Even as well, after school playing Battlefield 3 nostalgia. Ah, dude. I remember it took forever to load the map in multiplayer. Salt. Let me see what else I can put here. You have Warfighter. Oh, that's just a skin. Okay. What if you don't feel input lag? Sure, why not? If you don't feel input lag, good for you. I envy you. But don't worry, I'll try it. But with these settings, we get a pretty good result. Oh, it feels so silky smooth. Yeah, this requires upscaling, but I'd rather have upscaling than frame gen. But this feels fantastic. Saludos, Benjamín. Always behind me. You're playing with these settings and it's amazing? Yeah, definitely. GG. Getting revived. Thank you. Oh, I have a shotgun. What am I... Really? That shotgun to the elbow didn't count? Also, when you use the scroll wheel, it just cycles between the first two guns. It doesn't cycle with the shotgun. Make sure to disable future frame rendering for less input lag too. Yeah, the thing is, the input lag of future frame rendering is very little in comparison to the frame rate gain that you get. So I get it, but in that case, it's such a little difference in input latency. If you play Battlefield 1 or 5, I always recommended that due to CPU limitation otherwise, but sure. We can do that as well. Okay. Frame gen. So convoluted. Here. Frame gen, we get 142 like this. Let's actually go to quality upscaling. 133, and with frame gen, 187. So this is quality frame gen. Look at me. I got a kill with frame gen. Fake frames win games. I guess. They nerfed the shotgun? Well, definitely. In the beta, I think I got someone on the shoulder and he was gone for good. But it feels good. But again, with frame gen, I'd rather use upscaling instead. If I can just reduce the resolution a bit in order to get a higher real frame rate, sure, why not? I mean, in this case it works well because the base frame rate is already pretty damn good. Without frame gen, I was getting into the hundreds. That's cool. I wanted to use the ladder at some point. I got one. Oh, it's a bot. Oh. So yeah, there is bots then. Interesting. The contrast between this and Borderlands 4. Yeah, dude. If I was using these settings in Borderlands 4, it would be what? 40 FPS? I mean, I get that Borderlands 4 is open world and whatever, and it has forced ray tracing. But man, on a stylized game, it makes no sense to me. Let's do shotgun to the face. But that's not his face. Yeah, just behind enemy lines. Yeah, it looks a lot better than Borderlands 4 in my opinion. At least here the art style makes sense. Anyway, so with frame gen it works well with this high base frame rate. Without it you get 100 and something. Let's do 1440p with DLAA. I think we should be good with that. 1440p. 1440 high DLAA. And I'll grab the rifle this time. I'll pretend that I know what I'm doing. Okay, native 1440p on high, it's already borderline 60.
Alpha has been captured by hostiles.
So probably 1440p, just like on the 3060, I'll probably use some upscaling to get that small difference out there. What cooler would you recommend for the CPU that is not very big and good for small cases? Does it have to be an air cooler or it can be an AIO? It doesn't, I mean, it gets hot, but it doesn't get that much heat in comparison to other CPUs I owned. Frostbite engine is generally just better. I mean, it's an internal engine. It better be good.
Let's move!
Excuse me, sir. Saving your life. One needle at a time. Of course. Anyway. So we're on high. On advanced, I would use... Actually, I think you can do fixed resolution scale even with DLSS.
Objective Bravo has been secured.
Interesting. They give you decimal points as well. Alright. That's pretty cool. Okay. This is good enough. Let's do DLSS quality, which again is more than I usually do at 1440p, so it's good to have some headroom. Most UE5 games start to look copy and paste after a while. Yeah, that's why this feels like a breath of fresh air. Because it looks different. Different than other games, I mean. I mean, just look at Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is an old game at this point, and without all the ray tracing shenanigans, it has very damn good graphics.
Please help me. I'm dying.
VRAM is maxed. So far, it seems to be under control on high textures. Just don't go over high.
Oh, you what?
Okay, at least I got one. You can do SSAA with DLSS. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can do a custom resolution with DLSS on this one. Custom upscaling without using presets. That's a big win. But you can also do super sampling, which I never did with DLSS. Usually DLAA looks good enough for me, but it's not a bad idea actually. I think, though, without super sampling, it already looks great. It doesn't look like a shimmery mess like other new games. It's still using TAA, obviously, but it's probably because it's DLSS 4. Haha. Reduced to atoms. Ah, the prompts. Yeah, imagine that. 1440p above 60 on a new game on a 4060. I know this is quality upscaling, but that's because I want it to be a little bit above 60 at least. I can probably, instead of using quality, be using maybe... Oh, that's a friendly. A custom resolution that is in between. Oh, This is not the place. Of course.
Always behind me.
How this game works so well, they coded their own engine. Sorry, I cannot stop saying that. It's such a legendary phrase at this point. In a good and in a bad way. Oof. Stop hitting X. Brain, stop doing that.
Where's the enemy?
Here I go! We have neutralized Alpha. The enemy cannot sustain any more losses.
Victory is imminent.
Roger that. Because we're here, frame gen. Because you guys always ask for it.
Be advised, enemies are attacking Bravo.
I wish I could learn to fly a jet or heli in this game. I'm terrible. I've been having that issue since Bad Company too, so you're not alone. What's the thing that I enable frame gen and I start getting kills? Can you guys explain me that? Is it just karma that I always shit on frame gen? Assist. I don't know if in the training grounds you can actually practice flying jets. That's something I would be interested in. Okay, I think we won. Yep. You're generating frames they haven't even seen. Oh, it's time travel. True. I wish it worked like that. Okay, very quickly, let's do 4K on medium. And we're doing performance DLSS at 4K. And let's see what happens. Medium. Oh, and also, guys, if you ever play on medium, make sure that GTAO is on high. Otherwise, you'll get flickery grass. It looks terrible like that. $4K mid. Yeah, frame generation is a good technology. What is not being used as a clutch for getting higher frame rates. Here it works well because the base frame rate was at least 60. The thing is, when it's not... when the game doesn't run well and the developers rely on frame gen. Then at that point you have a base of 30 with frame gen and it feels terrible. Okay, I played this map on the beta actually.
It's good to be back.
Sniper. Need to use frame gen on Monster Hunter Wilds. Well, Monster Hunter Wilds is a good example on how not to use frame gen. And by that I mean the game shouldn't enable it by default. That tells me that the game runs bad. Sadly, Battlefield 1 is not in the polls. Oh yeah, 5 or newer. That's probably what I tried to say. Yeah, I forgot that Battlefield 1 came before Battlefield 5. Yeah, my brain forgot. Let's see. What was your the first Battlefield? Bad Company 2 or older, 39%. Battlefield 3, 33%. 4, 15%. 5 or newer, 13%. Yeah, I forgot to put Battlefield 1 there. The thing is, only gives me 4 options, and I forgot the timeline of it. Cool. So there's a lot of people from before Battlefield 3. Interesting. I personally discovered Battlefield on Bad Company 2. Can I get over the drone? Come on, fly it. I double dare you. Come on. Fine, I'll revive my friend. Or would I? Come on. You'll see the kids again. But at 4K, there's definitely not enough GPU power. It drops pretty damn hard. Battlefield 4 campaign was fire. I mean, it was good. It was better than Battlefield 3's. It was okay, in my opinion. But still, it's not the best campaign. It was fun for a bit. Oof. Yeah, at 4K we're getting too much GPU limitation, even with performance upscaling. Oops. 1650 test? No, that's coming in a bit. Let me go back to 1080 just for the next card to take it easier. Although the next card, being the 5060, is way too close to this card. The main benefit of the 5060 in this particular case is that it probably has the 4-time frame gen thing. So I'm going to go directly into overkill with high textures and high shadows, and that should do. Yeah. And when it comes to upscaling, no thanks. No thanks, bro. Okay. And I have to restart the game now for this. I heard the 1650 able to run this game pretty well. Yeah, I tried it on the beta. It was pretty impressive. It got better than I anticipated. Especially considering that the minimum requirements for VRAM is 6 gigs.
All right.
5060. Yeah, I love the UGREEN Nano as well. I don't know, it just felt like a perfect thing to put next to my computer when swapping GPUs. Have you played Clair Obscure Expedition 33 new update? Is the update out? I've been playing that game non-stop the entire year. I finished it like 4 times. The best game this year, by far.
Expedition 33.
Yeah, I don't think frame gen is best for this kind of game either. I agree completely. But hey, to each their own. Okay, welcome back. And all the FPS counting stuff on screen. 5060, let's go. And this will be on 1080p. Overkill. High shadows. And DLAA. So native resolution. And let's see what happens. It's a good thing that they removed ray tracing. I mean, ray tracing is there when it comes to global illumination. Not sure what solution they're using exactly, but it's there if you want to use it. It's not for reflections or anything like that, which is a good thing in my opinion. But yeah, the fact that they didn't focus on that makes me happy. Is not necessary, especially in a competitive game like this. Why aren't you using Steam Performance Overlay along with Riva Tuner? Because it's a little bit too much text on screen, in my opinion. But I'll think about it later. Yeah, the 5060 is GDDR4. That's correct, sir. I cannot wait for Expedition 33 DLC. Same. Now that I have OP characters. Very fine shaders. Battlefield 1943 on your uncle's PS3 was absolute cinema. Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah, I think 1440p is the best for competitive. And if you're playing at 4K, yep, it's a little bit too much, I would say, when it comes to pixel count for a multiplayer game. If your PC can do it, sure, why not? But 1440p runs so much better. Okay. Graphics. I chose the overkill preset with high textures and I lowered the shadows to high. But as you can see, SSGI is enabled, so screen space global illumination. Okay, so it's a basic global illumination solution. That's not actual ray tracing, but yeah, simulates bounce lighting anyway. 1080p, 120 Hz, and no upscaling. We're using DLAA for anti-aliasing. That's it. Multiplayer. Okay. All out warfare. All out warfare. Battlefield 6 is overshadowing COD, Black Ops 6, and that's great. Yeah. We needed competition. I mean, just look at the skins for Black Ops 7. They're changing it now. Because people are tired of Nicki Minaj running around with a rifle in your military shooter. Or people on fire that have nothing to do with military stuff. Let's keep the M4. Ooh, this is cool. AV mine. Okay, that's the only one I have. Okay. Fine. This is the highest graphics? Kinda. This is the highest graphics with shadows on high. So technically yes, but actually no. It's more because on overkill, if you lower the shadows, you get a massive boost in performance, and it looks almost the same. Okay, nobody's joining here. Let's try that again. Oh, and the skill-based matchmaking on Call of Duty. Yeah, that has driven me nuts, if that's a word. Yeah. I mean, I was playing well, and then in the next game I get wrecked. What was the point? It ruined the fun for me. Hope COD learns from it and gives us a true military game again, just like old times. I don't think it will be the same as old times, but I mean, there's only so much skins that you can do for a military setting. But I think it'll just make them do things a little bit more differently.
Objectives have been marked.
Okay, on native 1080p with high shadows,
Hostiles are inbound.
it's ridiculously smooth.
Hostiles are attacking objective Bravo.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, if we go to the highest graphics, it's probably going to be into the 70s instead of the 90s here. Although, this map... Yeah, I haven't played this one before. You can run through windows instead of shooting them.
Our troops are attacking Charlie. Enemy are attacking Echo.
Close enough. Of course. I think now I'm getting actual VRAM limitation.
Objective Charlie neutralized.
It dropped pretty hard when I was getting shot at. Have you tried the sledgehammer yet? I didn't even know that this had one. Ooh, what's up with the frame rate now? Yeah, I'm getting... My frame rate's dying for no reason. VRAM? Is that you? Oh, I got revived. I'll get to figure it out later then. But now it's basically dying with this setting. Same thing we're VRAM limited. This drops like this feel like VRAM limitation to me.
Attack order has been set.
Thank you, it's a VRAM moment. Let me see. VRAM. What happens if I put textures on low? Yeah, this will require a restart of the match. Yeah. So the highest settings don't make a lot of sense on an 8GB card. Definitely. So let's change the preset. Yeah. Instead of overkill... Yeah, ultra maybe... Yeah, it's saying here behind my face. Let me see if I can move my face from here. Here. It says video memory threshold exceeded. CPU performance. CPU performance may be reduced. Why is CPU performance? GPU performance. That's weird. Anyway. Texture quality high. And yeah, I have to disable the ray tracing. But definitely we are VRAM limited. The game tells us as well. Maybe high makes more sense. But the game is basically dying on me. Yeah, I need to restart. Interesting, this didn't happen on the 4060. Maybe it's a driver issue. I don't know. Let's get to the menu. You bought the game? Well, enjoy it. Insane how limited by VRAM we are now. Yeah. it's kinda nuts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we hit that due to the global illumination. That's probably a lot more VRAM. You're playing with overkill textures and it doesn't stutter despite the warning. Okay. Then I'm going to guess it's just a driver issue. So instead of overkill, maybe play on ultra and you should be good. Just ignore that ray tracing stuff. So 1080p ultra, and if you want to use upscaling, sure, go ahead. I'll probably use it just for trying to get a high frame rate. So high settings, 1080p, balance upscaling. Let's see if we can get, what, 120 maybe? '50 series moment. Yeah, I mean the 50 series is the one that's been getting the most bugs so far. I think it happened with Borderlands 4 as well. I had worse CPU bottleneck on the 5060 than the 4060, which is hilarious if you ask me. Go to low, maybe later. I'm not sure if this is intended behavior.
All call signs, you are cleared to attack. Secure
Okay,
the OBJ
now we're
and
good.
defend against any hostile acts. Move out.
We're still CPU bound.
Hostiles are
Yeah, I should
active.
restart the game, I think.
Take back.
Yeah, something doesn't add up. Let me restart. Before that, let me double check. Yeah, this is on. Let's give it a sec. No campaign test, that's coming at the end, don't worry. I'm showing multiplayer because most people are going to jump straight into it. But just to compare it with the multiplayer, we're going to do it super quick. But I'm happy we finally have a campaign again. Some settings destroy CPU in this game? Yeah, definitely. Especially the mesh quality. But here I was getting worse performance than before. It's odd. Because I was playing for a good amount of time on the other cards. Try the future frame rendering thing? Yeah, I will. That's why I enabled it again, because usually helps on CPU performance. In the previous games as well. Multiplayer, Conquest. And I'll double check the settings. Yeah, high. Balance the LSS on 1080. Yeah. And future frame rendering is going. So 1080p. High. DLSS balanced. And let's see if we can get the 100 FPS mark like the other cards. And I'll go assault this time.
Supporting the attack.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe it was a bug because I went over the VRAM limit with the highest settings. Although I'm still CPU bound, so I can do quality upscaling instead.
We've neutralized Charlie.
Yeah, we're CPU bound now. This reminds me on Battlefield 4 that CPU was always the biggest issue. Typo?
All right,
Where?
we have secured Charlie.
G and C are close to each other? Private second class. Usually in these games, I tend to be a medic. But I guess it's less fun to see. Drop quality and you have Battlefield 3 Remake. Maybe, that's not a bad thing. Boom, headshot. Okay. Nobody will pay attention to that mark. Okay. Fine. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Defensive position needed on the marked objective.
Shotgun sucks, man.
We've lost control.
I can see the difference with DLSS quality. I mean, it's DLSS 4 at the end of the day, so tends to be pretty good.
I need a medic! This is it! Take the objective!
Only... Whoa.
What happened?
Okay, my monitor blinked for a second. Maybe a spike in power.
Objective Delta is under our control.
I'm not opening that door. CPU 85%. Yeah, the CPU is crying in the background. Yeah, here it drops again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's CPU now.
Be advised, enemy attack launched on Bravo.
That's weird. This didn't happen with the other cards. I guess it's a mystery. How is the Battle Royale? Is that coming on release day? Anyway, let's go 1440p now. $1440p, the magical one. Yeah, everything looks correct. Sometimes this breaks some games, but on this one it shouldn't be a problem. I'm so confused.
Be advised, we've lost objective Bravo.
Yeah, the performance makes no sense now. It's like hard locked.
Neutralized.
I think I'll do a full reboot of the computer. Here we go. You had problems with Reflex plus Boost? Yep. Yeah, but some games, even with Reflex on, without Boost, they still had issues. It's weird. Beta was less. Yeah, the beta was working better. Smaller maps are more demanding on the CPU because more people in small spaces. That makes sense. With Reflex plus Boost, sometimes... Hold up. Oh, finally. No, sometimes the problem that I had was that I had stuttering with it on. It was pretty weird. Even in games that don't actually have boost, plus boost, the normal one. One of them was Dying Like the Beast. When I turned it off, it got rid of stutter. And yeah, usually my rule of thumb there is try and reflex off. Do you think that the game can run on 4 GB of VRAM cards? It probably can because I did it on the beta, but I'm going to give it a shot. The 1650 is 4 gigs. Think you're having that issue too? That sucks. Yeah, the thing is Reflex Plus Boost enables itself when you're using FrameGen. Battle Royale mode will probably drop once the player base starts declining. That's hilarious. And then like Reflex is completely bugged. Yeah, it's not the only game. Some games in the past had the same issue. Graphics, okay, high settings, 1440p, quality upscaling. Just like the previous card, this gave me over 60. I thought your 7600X just wasn't keeping up. It was 100% usage though. Yeah, maybe it's CPU limitation, I don't know. Yeah, Electric Pichu, yeah. This is not the only game. I'll go back to an SMG. Okay. Yep, now it's fine. But I'm pretty sure at some point it's going to do the same as before. Hopefully that doesn't become the norm. But it only happened with this card. It didn't happen with the other ones, funnily enough. Okay, at least. I got one shot in. CPU using is in my... It's in the description. It's a 13th Gen i5. Not the best, but it should be enough.
Need a medic!
You turn down every setting to medium or more impact on CPU. That helps too. Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Bravo under attack.
Because it was random when I got an explosion in my face out of the blue. And it didn't help. It didn't fix itself up until I restarted the game.
Enemy attack confirmed at Echo.
So I don't know. Oh, that's a friendly. Jesus.
We need defensive support on the
You think streamers is the reason why nowadays game-breaking Steam player counts? Streamers? Why? I don't get it. Because somebody says, oh, this game is good, people stream it, and then people get interested in it.
Enemy attack confirmed at Charlie.
I stole that kill. I don't know, maybe. I thought it was the opposite effect. I thought people stopped playing games and just started watching other people play instead. Which I know a few friends that do that. Nothing wrong with that, just... I thought it was the opposite.
We're attacking objective Echo.
Yeah, no 3D chips unless they're cheap. Which is not common. A 13th gen that didn't kill itself, that's an achievement. Internally it's a 12th gen with more E-cores, so technically not 100% 13th gen, but you know what I mean. I think.
I have eyes on a hostile sniper north of your location.
But 1440p, I really like playing it like this, with quality upscaling. It looks good. Let's see without upscaling. Hopefully I don't break the performance again. Let's do DLAA.
Hostiles now hold objective Echo.
There we go. Okay, this will drop us closer to the 60s, which to be expected. I saw an enemy over there. Not anymore.
Launched on Delta.
And my friend died. Of course. You have a 12700K. Should it perform similarly to this processor? Yeah, it's probably going to be fine. You're getting around 40 to 60 on your 3060. Makes sense. If you're using these settings, sure, why not? Does the future frame rendering setting even do something? Yeah, it does. It helped a lot on CPU performance on Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. Yeah, here we go again. It hard locked to 40 something now. I don't get
We are moving on objective
what's
Alpha.
going on with this. I was getting 60s just fine in this same place, but like 5 to 10 minutes pass and it hard locks to something lower. To me, it looks VRAM related, but
Keep pushing.
this didn't happen with the 4060. I think it's VRAM related. Something here doesn't add up. Let me double check the textures. Yeah, it needs to reload the map for the textures setting to change. Yeah, I'll consider this a bug with the 5060 because on the other cards I played more than 10 minutes with these same settings and nothing happened. That's odd. Anyway, let's do medium at 4K because why not? We're just going to restart the game. Because this is embarrassing. Yeah. Come on, you got this. You got this.
We are moving on
I got
objective
this. GTAO. Yeah, I think it's video memory related, funnily enough. But the 5060 shouldn't have that problem. GeForce Now crashed. Yeah, maybe it's a 50 series card issue. I don't know. But it only happened with the 5060 for me. So I guess bear that in mind if you have a 50 series. You had that bug in the beta. If you change the window mode to full screen or borderless, it fixed the 40 FPS lock. I was on borderless. Maybe Alt-Enter and retry. But again, this didn't happen on the 4060, so that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it's an issue on my end. On this specific card. How much FPS difference between the 3060 and 4060? It was like 15 frames ahead, the 4060. And well, it has that NVIDIA frame gen thing if you want to use it. In this game I wouldn't, but it's there. Yeah, GeForce Now, actually it's on Uruguay. A company that has data centers actually added GeForce Now. It's not very good, but it's included with some phone plans. It's pretty funny. Okay, 4K. I forgot the upscaling. FSR DLSS on performance at 4K. Okay. Multiplayer, conquest. Happen on your 2070 and your friend's 3070 Ti. Gotcha. This game likes to change full screen mode out of nowhere. Oh, okay. That might be why I got a black screen in the middle of a game before. I'll give it a shot. Thanks for the heads up, by the way. I just find it interesting that it happened only on the 5060. Maybe just bad luck. This is 4K. Mid. DLSS performance. Engineer. Trust me, I'm an engineer. Okay, it's doing better than the 4060 4K. Funnily enough. Okay, press C before landing to soften the impact. Drop and roll. Okay, like in Mirror's Edge. It's actually doing pretty great at 4K, even if it's with DLSS. On the other cards, I couldn't hit 60s, above 60s at 4K with these settings. There it goes again. Yeah, again, it started dying again. In this case, I think it's VRAM. Yep. Yeah, this particular case is definitely VRAM. At the end of the day, this is 4K. The system requirements recommend enabling GPU scheduling. It should be on for games, yeah. I think it's on this PC. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's enabled because otherwise it doesn't allow you to use frame gen. So yeah, I'm going to guess it's a 5060 bug on my side. Freaking Nvidia and unstable drivers. It used to be the other way around. The system, oh yeah. Yeah, hacks. Hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. If you have off, you can't enable frame gen and yeah, and DLSS. Yeah. Let me check if I force full screen. You won't have audio because something with my capture card. But it's worth a shot. Oh, I do have audio. Oh, on full screen is doing even worse.
Okay, we've secured
What the heck? Yeah, it's hilarious. This, again, only happened in the 5060 for me. Okay, in a window, this is not actual 4K, so I'm getting 70s. What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, I know. I'm going to assume this is a 5060 bug because it's the only card where I run into this. Anyway, let's up to the 1650. But on the 5060, similar experience to the 4060, but without that stupid bug that I run into with the performance. It likes when you use borderless, like it switches to full screen sometimes. Maybe optimizations for Windows games. Yeah, and hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is on, so we're good on that front. I don't know. Oh well. Hope it gets fixed, yeah. Let's do 1650. Oh, before that, I'll try out the campaign very quickly. There's a bug with frame rates unstable if you have the overlay disabled, the Origin overlay. But Origin is not running. Isn't it the EA launcher now? If you have the Origin overlay disabled, maybe having multiple overlays breaks it. Maybe. That could be a thing. Maybe they think I'm cheating. But I don't have any other... I mean, I have the Steam overlay. I have Reva Tuner, the one that I always use. And yeah, a bug happened in the beta with the EA app. Yeah, the thing is the EA app is not even running. Yeah. Shift F2 maybe. The overlay is there, but if you disable it, you don't know how to enable it again. Yeah, I never touched it. That's the thing. Multiplayer campaign. Gameplay data sharing. Okay, but it's a bug out of our control, so yeah, let's just hope that they fix it, basically. Okay, and very quickly, we're going to go for 1080 and see what the campaign looks like. I'm curious. Shift tab now. Yeah, Shift tab is the Steam one. Shift tab does this. Oh, never mind. There we go. Oh, the Origin overlay is here. Thanks for the heads up. That's hilarious. An overlay within an overlay within an overlay. That's so stupid. Thanks for playing the beta. Here's your reward. Okay. Optimized performance on PC. Ha! Hilarious. It's the same hotkey. What the hell? What is wrong with them? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's something that... Maybe I need to disable this overlay. Anyway, don't worry. We'll figure it out. Let's keep this off. DLAA. And I'm going to put it on overkill. With the texture quality on high, which is medium, basically. And I'm lowering the sun shadow and the local lights to high. Okay, once it loads the campaign, you'll have the new settings. Okay. DLAA, yeah. Campaign. Regular, veteran, hardcore. Regular. It's better than having the EA app open in the background. I agree. The thing is, I'd rather the game run well. I'd rather the game not have any bugs. I know, it's too much to ask in 2025. But at least it only happened on one card. Shouldn't be the norm. But yeah, the EA app. Bleh. Disgusting. I think it crashed. Did it crash? Oops. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, black screen. I cannot even Alt-Tab out of it. Still better than Uplay? I don't know about that. Uplay hasn't been so bad. Yeah. I think it crashed completely. One sec. Okay, there we go. How you manage MSI Afterburner to work? Mine doesn't want to work no matter what I do. I enable the stealth mode on Reba Tuner, but I'll turn that stuff off and use the Steam overlay instead. Just to make sure it's not an issue with Afterburner. No, EA launcher isn't needed. Yeah, luckily we don't have the EA launcher running, but maybe it's hidden now as an overlay. I wouldn't be surprised. Steam. Come on, Steam. Don't be shy. $1080p. Overkill. A mix of overkill and high. High overkill. DLAA. Yeah, the 5060 is the one that's having problems. Again, maybe it's a driver issue. The 50 series has been very problematic when it comes to drivers. When I see the patch notes for drivers, it's like, oh yeah, we fixed the flickering shadows in XYZ game on 50 series. And I'm like, what? NVIDIA, what the hell? Let's put the performance overlay. Performance overlay, top left. Yeah, that should do. Top left. Okay. Campaign, start. And please don't crash. XYZ. I try. It's a saying in Spanish, so maybe that's why. Let's see. Please don't crash this time. Okay. We have a loading screen. Okay. It crashed compiling shaders, so maybe it's the Intel CPU issue. Who knows? Maybe now it's starting to die. Who knows? At this point, my CPU, I don't trust Intel anymore on CPU stuff. But it's compiling shaders, so that's good. I do hate, though, that I need to go through that menu to load the campaign. That's the Call of Duty way. The Call of Duty way is you open an app, you get to the game you want to play, that opens another executable, then you choose the campaign, and it opens yet another executable. It's an absolute pain in the ass, and they're replicating it. In the late 2020s, the global order is eroding nations sick new security guarantees. Yeah.
Bad guys in arm's reach, and they're redeploying us.
Okay. Looking good.
Murphy.
Murphy.
Command's got an update, boss.
Too bad it's not going to me go kick those Pax Armada shitheads off our doorstep.
Pax isn't.
Let me see if we have the correct settings. Yes, we do. And on advanced, native, and 1080p. Okay.
Read your briefings.
Calling command should find us an enemy. You backing servers isn't a word for raiders?
Offensive cyber capabilities, Blake.
They really try to get people
If you read as
to
much
get
as
this game,
Martinez,
for
you
once
sound
they're
like
not
you're
allergic
wrong,
to money.
Georgia.
Yeah, finally.
Let's see what command's got.
Yeah, the update requires restart. Oh, man. Yeah, even on consoles, on Call of Duty. Yeah, I think maybe it was
This is BS.
the quadruple overlay thing. And what's
Then Georgia says
that texture? What the
the
hell?
base to Pax Armada. And NATO just
Come on, load
goes
in.
over?
That's politics.
I double dare you.
NATO's not up to a fight with the worst PMC in Europe. We are.
Load the freaking texture.
Look, I'd love to teach Pax a lesson,
What is
Staying here
this?
might kick off World War III. I don't want it that bad.
Well,
Do I need to put textures on overkill or ultra to get the ground texture to load? Yeah.
maybe command's got
Oh
a
my
plan.
god. Ultra resolution textures. Next gen.
Yo, this is BS. We build up.
Yeah, this is BS. Exactly what the voice actor said.
Ship out. Giving the base to Pax Armada.
What a horrible ground texture. What the hell?
Politics. NATO's not up to a
Please tell me it's a bug.
We are. Tag us in.
Look, I'd love to.
Is
teach
that
Pax
B
a
from
lesson.
Cyberpunk? It does look
Staying
like
here
it.
might kick off World War III.
Yeah, the
I don't want
voice
that bad.
sounds kind of like it.
Maybe command's got a plan.
And he does have muddy footsteps. That's good. Incoming! But it runs very similar to the multiplayer. Okay. Damn! They got the texture from Google Earth. Dude, Google Earth. The memories. Ooh, but the gun looks freaking fine AF. Ah, yeah, it feels like a Battlefield campaign, alright.
Moving up. Stay on me.
It runs way better than the multiplayer, to be expected.
The vehicle hack.
Especially on the CPU side. Well, the CPU is still being on a pretty high utilization.
Some time. Let's get inside.
Finally, Battlefield 3 graphics. Nostalgic. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a bug. Although, on ultra textures, my GPU's at 7... Yeah, it's using all the VRAM already.
We got a ride. That Berkeley? You good, Murphy? Good enough. All right. Pax is focused
But
on
it's only the
base,
ground,
but our
so I'm
mission
guessing
hasn't
it's
changed. We protect
probably
those
a bug.
servers.
Battlefield 6 on PC shouldn't be this good. I think we jinxed it. Yeah, man.
Shooting our way out.
I never put titles like that on live streams, but yeah, I jinxed it. The thing is, it's only on one card. So I guess I was right for a moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, the performance is great when it works. It doesn't compare with how Battlefield 4 was on launch. That's a completely different story. I remember the freaking map crashing every match.
Go. We need another exit.
But yeah. Yeah, they look a bit dumb. The AI, I know.
Berkeley, that munition supply!
No time. Go through.
Holy shit! This is our house, assholes!
Yeah, there's been so many explosions already.
Okay.
I'm not complaining, I like that. This just feels old school. What's going on in this base? Holy hell.
Pax wants us cut off! Find a way through! What do you think of that?
The worst attack in the history of humanity. So many casualties.
We need an assist.
10% of the budget went into multiplayer. I mean, yeah, it has to. It's Battlefield.
What's happening?
I'm happy that they put a campaign, even if it's short and kinda meh.
Copy, Tempest.
I don't know, I like jumping into the campaign at the beginning and then jump into the multiplayer once I finish.
Still get a win.
Caution, Tempest. We're seeing
Stress
armored vehicles
test.
ahead of you.
Yeah, the stress test is pretty cool.
Berkeley, take us off road.
Okay, here we go to the Crisis Jungle.
And the taxes listing, we may as well be tooting an air horn.
And I'm not getting that issue of the performance hard lock into 40 again. Maybe it was MSI Afterburner combined with the EA stuff. Hey Tyvem, how's it going?
Berkeley, I need you to look for more survivors.
Bollywood movies level up crazy. Yeah, as long as it's single player.
Good luck.
Although I'm not sure if single player here needs an internet connection like in Call of Duty.
Ammo here.
Ammo here.
Murphy. Glad you guys made it.
Likewise, Jackson. How we looking?
Jackson.
Artillery vehicles below. Lightning is slowing down packs.
Look through the binoculars.
They got a window to
Oh
give us
look,
air support.
the binoculars have a
You know it.
picture
Get away
instead of
from
a
our
reflection.
surface. We got a laser designator ready to go.
They didn't bother to put refraction probes on that. That's funny.
All right. Their turn for a surprise.
They had
attack.
to scrap and restart the campaign very late in development. Makes
Targets
sense.
in place for
With all
attack
the
deviation. Over.
trash on the previous games, when it comes to multiplayer.
Laser on.
I mean, Battlefield 2042 didn't even have a scoreboard on release. Oh, that's how I zoom out. Gotcha. It is fair to say this game is a hybrid between Modern Warfare 2019 and Battlefield 3. Kinda, yeah. Well, there's a mission that is a copy of the mission in Modern Warfare 2019, that you get into a house at night and you do some CQB.
They're gone, Martinez.
So yeah, it makes sense. That's probably what they're doing.
Give us some cover. We're headed to site 2.
We are?
We can't evac
What happens
the
if I
servers
start
under that
shooting
kind
there?
of fire. We can't let packs capture them. So we destroy those
No,
servers
they don't care.
before they compromise NATO.
Holy shit.
We've got enough C4 to take out site 2 and leave packs swinging in the wind.
They probably thought not making a campaign in the first place.
Perfect
Yeah,
plan.
probably.
Win or lose, Murph's in the
I'm
shit.
just happy that at least, even if it's kind of meh, that is there. I mean, it's a full price game at the end of the day. Give me content. At least Call of Duty gives you a campaign, multiplayer, a free battle royale mode, Warzone, and they give you campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. So for a full price game, I think it has to have those components. No one buys Battlefield for the campaign anyway. That's a good point. Yeah, but I think it's a nice to have considering it's a full game. But look at that AI. Yeah, it's definitely a Battlefield campaign. I actually like the way they did campaign for Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5.
Place bad.
It was like short stories that had their own ending right away. That gave them an excuse to do different locations without much context. I think that's a better way to do it. Because in Call of Duty you got developed characters, Captain Price, Soap, Ghost, and you can put them into a combination of different things that happened in previous games. On Battlefield I don't really remember an iconic character in that way like Captain Price or McTavish in Call of Duty. Does it work offline? Let me check. Let me disconnect the PC that's running the game from the internet and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm offline in the PC that's playing the game. Let's see if it crashes or if it allows me to keep playing. Yeah, I mean, Bad Company 2 had a great campaign in my opinion. That's the one that I remember the most. Battlefield 3 was pretty meh, the campaign. It was okay. It had well, it had a helicopter part in the co-op, I remember. Battlefield 4 was fine, better than Battlefield 3's. But I'd say Bad Company 2 had the best ones by far.
Duke 1-1, this is...
Battlefield 2. Oh yeah, Battlefield 2. Okay, connection lost. Your connection to online services timed out. Try reconnecting. So no, you cannot play offline. What a waste. They went the Call of Duty way of not allowing you to play without internet, even the campaign. Battlefield 2 had iconic characters. Yeah, I'm not from that time, so I don't know. Okay, the internet will be back now. Battlefield 2, yeah, I wasn't playing Battlefield 2 when it came out. I didn't have a good enough PC. I think I was playing PS2 at that time. I came a little bit late to the party when it came to PC online stuff. Is it worth 70 euros? I mean, if you like the multiplayer, sure, why not? If you're talking about single player, no. For the single player, definitely not. From the little that I've been playing, it's pretty meh. Which again, it's similar to what most modern Battlefield campaigns are like.
We got tangos down below. On the move,
Also, after playing multiplayer, you headshot everything in the campaign.
enemy flanking right.
It's honestly what I was expecting. More of a shooting gallery than anything.
Not much of a try.
That's so lame. Why do they do this? An offline mode has to have a line. Yeah, it's so stupid. At least, one good thing about this way of doing it, that the game tells you, hey, you didn't get internet, retry and continue. Call of Duty, if you lose internet, you get kicked out of the game right away. It's like, frick you, have internet. Here they give you a chance to come back.
Lights on.
If I'm playing, I don't know, well, it happened a lot on Black Ops 6. I was playing the game just fine, and then out of nowhere, I get a hard crash saying, oh, you abandoned the lobby. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I have an internet connection. And, well, you get back to the previous checkpoint. And sometimes the previous checkpoint is not very close. It's freaking annoying. There's no reason for them to do that. Probably piracy related, but that's not my freaking problem. So stupid. Even on the consoles, they're doing that on the Call of Duty games. Not sure if on this one you can do offline on the consoles. But yeah, it's freaking stupid. I hate that. Yeah, Call of Duty is like, okay, no internet, bye.
Need patching up.
Okay, I can get revived. Yeah, or the Sim server is going to maintenance.
Appreciate it.
Okay, at least you get revived. Like playing Left 4 Dead with bots.
Gotta hurry. C4 on those support pillars should bring the whole place down.
Cold War, zombie mode, 2 hours playing the map to lose connection. Dude, zombies.
Let's head up.
Copy.
Dude. Can I stay next to the C4?
Copy that, Duke 1-1. Meet us on the roof.
No. Okay. Come on, move.
Watch your heads.
Covering you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that they do that.
Jackson and Tempest. Got eyes on
I
site
mean,
two. Pax round
we're
two,
not
warming
asking
up.
for much. But again, my thoughts is that it's probably because they don't want people pirating the game for the campaign. But again, do a better job. Do a good game so people buy it.
Clear. Clear this side.
That's the best way to avoid piracy. Make a good game at a good price. I remember you used to go to round 50 in Black Ops 1. Man,
Let's get to the roof for reback, then blow this
I
place.
spent so much time playing Black Ops 1 with the zombies
Take
mode.
it.
You good to repel, Armstrong?
Anything you could do, I can
But
do.
just imagine you're
Jackson,
at,
are your people
at those
close?
final levels, taking your time with your friends, and boom,
Secure yourselves, Tempest.
crashes because, I don't know, for a nanoseconds the servers didn't read you.
Reinforcements on ascent. They're wise to us.
So stupid.
Copy that. Evac's coming in. We'll hold them off.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Murphy, you're gonna make us look like heroes?
I won't tell if you don't. Tempest, ready up.
You feel bad to pirate when it's a really good game? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Usually, piracy doesn't happen because people cannot afford games. It's like, why would I spend so much money in a game that it might not be very good anyway? An example I can give you on that is Expedition 33. I have that game on every platform. I have it on PC, PlayStation 5. I got a physical copy. I don't buy physical copies for anything. But since I have a console, I was like, you know what, this game, I love it, it's my favorite this year. I'll buy a physical copy to have. Why? I don't know. I just wanted to have it physically. And I also have it on Xbox. Although I played it very little on Xbox, but I have it there too. Of course, on PC I got a review code, but for the other platforms I bought it. So I bought the game twice, apart from getting a review code. Yep. Did private games before. Oh, private games before, and they were good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have good features, good content, and a decent price, people will buy it. It's like Silksong. They're selling it for $20, and pirates were like, dude,
We're not done.
do not pirate the game, buy it, it's $20. I mean, that's the proof. And I think everybody knows it,
Neutralized.
but the publishers try to make us believe that that's not the case.
Commit firing.
But everybody knows. The game is like 35 on Steam Latin America. 35, you mean Expedition 33 or Battlefield?
Floor still hot.
Games that deserve piracy are sports games. They give you the same game with updated roster for full price. Well, that's true. I agree. Back then, when I started playing games that were sports game on PC, I remember that each year we got a huge jump. I remember, I think it was FIFA 10,
For those servers.
that we started getting what FIFA does now, that they give you one player in the middle of the field as a loading screen. I think it was FIFA 10. And that was a huge difference. Also, they had new movement systems, new dribbling systems. Now it's basically here, have updated rosters, and the players have dynamic hair now, only the famous ones. It's like, okay, fine.
Loose on this. Find some answers.
Expedition 33? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's super cheap in South America to get Expedition 33 too. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's even on Game Pass. Now Game Pass is expensive, but back when Game Pass wasn't that expensive, Expedition 33 was there as well, so... Yeah. Yeah, PC didn't get the next-gen updates on consoles. Yeah, those usually in sports games. The PC version gets the current console updates like 1 or 2 years late. That's true. It happened. It happens with all sports games. It's hilarious. It happened with the NBA games as well.
Blake,
America.
you okay?
I can still shoot.
Armstrong. Martinez.
Yeah. NBA 2K. It's crazy. It's always a year late on PC, and we have the better hardware.
We get clear.
But I remember seeing, I think it was FIFA 23 or 22,
We got incoming.
one of those, that we have a PS4 and a PS5 version. The PS4 version was on PC,
Any friendlies in range?
but the PS5 version had slightly better models and dynamic hair. It's why it was like seeing an ad for a shampoo or something. I remember Cavani having dynamic hair, Messi,
Unconquerable spirit.
all those.
They gave us that motto for a reason.
And I'm not sure why here I'm dropping to 24 frames.
I'm going down fighting. Watch each other's backs.
Oh, I'm over the VRAM limit. I'm at 8.7
No
gigs.
matter how it ends, it's been an honor. We still faithful? Always. On my lead. Get
Oh, that
ready
was
to bend.
lame. That always was
Let's go
lame.
now.
It sounded like Snape's always from Harry Potter. Yeah, here it's dropping hard. And I can't move.
We go out on our feet.
Oh, okay, I have to aim. Yeah, here it dies. Here the VRAM usage is at 9 gigs. Probably they went a little bit too hard on the particles and the enemy amount. Either that or I got that bug that destroys the performance.
Make 'em work for us.
I have a limited pistol ammo. Texture setting is high, but that's like the medium setting. You have low textures, high textures, ultra, low, high, ultra, and overkill. So this will be like the medium setting. And despite that, despite this being on the high texture setting, the ground textures were still pixelated. Oh, this part is pretty lame. Oh no! Oh my god, not Travis! Thanks, SevC. Yeah, I'm not doing this on Steam Deck because it directly doesn't work. Because of the impossibility of secure boots, which is a shame. That's a fake reflection. Yeah, here we're VRAM limited.
Here we are, Dagger 1-3. In 3 mics, you'll enter Gibraltar.
Yeah, maybe
airspace.
there's a memory leak.
This place has been fought over for centuries.
I'm pretty sure if I
Now, Pax
restart the
Armada have
game,
opened that wound after NATO's kept it safe
the
for
VRAM will be
decades.
back in check.
There's no way we're
Because it
letting them have
was
it without a fight.
below 7 gigs.
Dagger, this is Pax's boss.
Anyway. You had that main character plot armor. Yeah, it was like a turret section, but with unlimited ammo and a pistol. Because I had very little...
Succeed, they will have secured the most strategic.
Very little space to aim. Let's see, if I restart the checkpoint, does that fix the performance? Restarting the game should fix it, but doesn't hurt to try. But I shouldn't be using that much VRAM here. And it takes forever to load this, what the hell? Imagine the 1650 in that part of the mission. Oh, I forgot about the 1650. Oof, it's even worse now. Shit! Alright, let's go for the 1650. I completely forgot about it. Bad time to have 7 bullets handgun. Yeah, but it's a 7 bullet handgun on with unlimited clips. Or sorry, mags. No, es tu impresión. PowerPoint. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a 5060 or a 4060, make sure to drop those textures. And if high is not high enough, sorry, not low enough, go for low textures, but you need to restart the game. Are you doing it live? Of course. Here I am. Nobody expects Santiago's Inquisition. This game is working on the LIX. It should. I'm probably going to do a video on that since I cannot do the Steam Deck. It'll have to be next week because it's Friday and I'm tired. The moment of truth. Here it goes. Here it goes, nothing. I mean, the game will launch, that's for sure, but I'm going to put it on low right away. 4 gigs of VRAM. Why 1080p? Why not? The beast. Yeah, I mean, the Rogue Ally has 24 gigabytes of RAM, and you can allocate 8 gigs or even 9. I usually allocate 8, so we have 16 gigs for the game and 8 gigs for the VRAM. But it can dynamically allocate system RAM as VRAM as needed. Okay, the game launches, that's good. Let's see if it beats the 5060. Compiling shaders. Frostbite. Okay. Graphics advanced. We're going to be using FSR balanced. And that should do. Oh, low settings. I'm not taking any chances. Yeah. Low settings, balance, 1080p. Wish me luck. As if it crashes. With 4 gigabytes. Oh, dude. What am I doing with my life? Okay. It's verifying shaders. That's good. The best card. Imagine running this on a 750 Ti. Almost there. There we go. Only imagine. Yeah, that's as far as I can go. There's not enough virtual memory for a 750 Ti to run this. Okay, 70 FPS. He's completely beating the 5060.
Here we are, Dagger 1-3.
Yeah, that was definitely a
3
bug
mics, you'll enter Gibraltar
on the
airspace.
5060.
This place has been fought over for centuries. Now
I
Pax
love
Armada have
Nvidia
opened that
bugs.
wound after NATO's kept it safe for decades. And there's no way we're letting them have it without a fight.
I'm double thinking if it's worth keeping the 5060.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. The British Squad Lancer are already on deck and in position. Hey, Devil Dogs!
5060
My
who?
friends take back this rock?
Yeah, I cannot believe
1 minute!
that the 4060 works better. Yeah, the reflection looks terrible. It wasn't even a dynamic reflection. It was a flat texture
Bills, you hearing me?
that doesn't react.
Got you 5x5. Send it.
Yeah, I noticed right away as well. It's a flat texture on a piece of glass.
Phase 1's complete. Artillery's pummeled the rock, weakening
Reflection.
Patch's defense system. We've cleared the way for phase 2. First objective
Also,
is to
it's
rendezvous
right
with
next to your
Lancer.
face. What
Push
the
in
hell
and
are they
provide
doing?
sniper coverage so they can neutralize the radar asset. From there, it's a short hump to Pax's anti-air defense, our second objective. Once down, command can launch phase 3. Bravo element will land on the rock with you and move on their objective. Happy landings, Dagger. Mills out.
Never a dull moment on this fucking team. Ready for this?
Always faithful, always forward.
Come on, jump. What are you waiting for?
Alright, Echo. Let's introduce Dagger to the rock.
Reflection issue only in campaign? Yeah, I mean, it's just a moment in the campaign when you're putting your helmet on and you see your own reflection. They just put a flat texture over the glass. But that's the only moment. Yeah, it doesn't render the player's head. No, it's a flat texture because when it moves the helmet around, you see that it's flat. It doesn't react to movement. You feel like there's a noticeable huge jump between texture settings? I mean, on the campaign, not really. On low to high, I did notice that some rocks didn't look nice. That's about it. Yeah, in some games, it isn't far off. On this one, I did notice on low. Although here, this texture.
Fuck that!
Yeah, fuck that. Exactly.
ME1, radio check. You with us, Lancer?
But so far it's working very well on the 1650.
Copy that. We good?
On your 6.
Yeah, I'd say the ideal resolution for this would be 900p.
Copy. We're on our way, McIntyre. MG gunner guard tower. Send it when you're ready.
On it. Clean hit.
Lancer, MG is down.
Of course, the enemies don't even know where the snipers are. But hey, it's looking good. The campaign is really what I expected. This feels like minimum effort, which is okay. It's better than having no campaign. It just bothers me that I have to play online across the board. Yeah, it even looks great on low. I agree. It's funny, they're hiding. I shoot the choppers, so they're like, ah, we don't care. There's no enemies here. In Red Dead Redemption 2 would be you alerted the enemy, or on GTA 5.
Let's hustle then.
Yeah, yeah, that campaign itch, but it's super generic, to be expected. It's exactly what I expected, and that's a good thing.
Takes a lot of nerve to make a play like this.
They're sparking old feuds for a reason. Fracturing long-standing alliances.
Some pew-pew over here.
Putting the bill wants to shake up the world and throw it on its axis.
Anyway, let's go to the multiplayer. Let's see how the 1650 does. Yeah, they need an excuse to charge 70. I mean, yeah, considering the price, it needs to have that. Definitely. There's no reason, I mean, it's a... Well, it got sold by how many billions of dollars, EA? You're telling me they cannot put a campaign, multiplayer, and maybe some co-op action on a $70 game? At least they coded their own engine, as you would say. Wasn't that last Battlefield without campaign 70? Yup. 2042. I remember they said that they didn't have a campaign in 2042 because they wanted full focus on a campaign, on a multiplayer mode and whatever. It was all BS. So yeah, they don't need an excuse to charge 70, they'll do it anyway. The campaign is the Cyberpunk 2077? What? Why? Manhattan Bridge. Here we go. Let's be support for this. Oh, in combat.
All squads, move out for attack. Take control of the objectives
Okay,
and
I got you.
ground.
We are targeting Alpha.
That scared me. But even on low, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, you do have cube maps, but at least there's a reflection, not like in many UE5 games that you get a flat surface. They actually put cube maps. They remembered about that ancient technology.
Our forces are winning. Keep it up.
Would you say Cyberpunk is one of the best looking optimized games in the recent releases? I wouldn't say the most optimized, but it's the most interesting when it comes to visuals. And by interesting, I mean they tried something different with their own engine. Best optimized? I don't know. I mean, it looks optimized now because we got games that look worse than run worse. That's probably why I would say so.
Attack support needed on the marked objective.
But the game does look pretty damn good. If this was UE5, it wouldn't even start. Yeah, it would be stuttering all over the place because VRAM.
Be advised, hostiles attacking Bravo.
Man, and to think last year I was in this real location, but without all the war and stuff. I was just walking up there. That's insane.
Charlie,
It feels weird to see that in a game.
Bravo has been lost.
Yeah, the 1650 doesn't care. It's just playing the game like nothing's happening without that bug of the performance. But again, I think that's a 50 series issue.
We've begun our assault on Charlie.
But the 1650,
we secured Echo.
it pretends that it has more VRAM, I guess.
Let's hold it.
Oh, yeah, the new Witcher. Yeah, UE5. They dropped their old engine. That's a shame.
Objective marked. We need you supporting the attack.
1650 using hacks. Surviving. Yeah, it's surviving very, very well. Even with 4 GB of VRAM. At least when it comes to this game. I'm glad it's more forgiving when it comes to VRAM limitation.
All call signs. Mission is still on track.
Yeah, let's block it there.
Hostiles now hold objective.
Let's pretend it's useful.
Hostiles now hold 4 objectives. Out.
Okay. Oh, I'm a medic. Ah, close enough. And that's going to run at 30 FPS on PS5 Pro. You mean Witcher 4? Yeah, no. Medic, don't come save me. We have to give credit to EA? Yeah, definitely. I did even on the beta. I mean, I'm well below the minimum requirements when it comes to GPU. Really. Frick dang it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting 60s in this card either. I was expecting it to be, if I was lucky, into the 30s. If I was lucky.
Move to attack the marked objective.
But this just proves to me what I said before, that the 5060 is the one that had issues. The other cards were running just fine. I'm not sure what happened with that bug. Because here it's not happening. And we have even less VRAM. But always remember, it takes only one update to ruin things. Yeah, in this case I don't think, well, maybe if Nvidia says, oh, if you have XYZ driver, you cannot run the game. It's prohibited. They did it in the past. Well, with Battlefield 3, actually Nvidia forced you, and the developers, forced you to use certain driver. If you didn't have that driver, the game didn't even launch. That would be the way to nerf it, I think. But I don't think they're going to do that. I won't give them ideas. I did. Oh no! Oh no. Dang it. Just shooting the tank. I thought it was that for real. Did you test this card on Borderlands 4? Yeah, I think so. It was unplayable. Yeah, it was the... Yeah. I called it the PS Beta version. I'll show you in a second. So, to sum up the 1650 on this game, it's clear they coded their own engine. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at Battlefield 6 on the 1650, you saw, that's what you saw. It works. Well, if you're looking at Borderlands 4, let me show you. I had it right here. 3060, 1650. There we go. This is Borderlands 4 on the 1650. It's 720p with TSR performance. And then I went to create the PS Beta edition. 15 FPS on ultra performance upscaling at 720p. And on Battlefield 6 I was playing, I did the same motion in the video than in real life. And Battlefield 6 does this at 60 FPS on 1080p with balanced upscaling. And it's multiplayer with a lot of destruction. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did taking a look at Battlefield 6. Was super excited to check it out. It's out. It's pretty damn good. Too bad the 5060 has that bug that it hard locks the game at 40 sometimes. Not sure again if it's an issue with the card itself or NVIDIA drivers, but on the other cards I didn't have any problems. So yeah. Anyway, so thanks Randy Pitchford for telling EA to code their own engine. Otherwise Battlefield 6 will be running horribly bad on Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Have a nice weekend. You all